Yes, as I promised last week, that we're going to be speaking with one of my friends, but he's also a very, very, what should I say, before he starts laughing at me. He is a man who's running the biggest show in London, the biggest show in Europe. Hi, Matthew.
Hi, Pax. You all right, sir?
Oh, can't complain, you know. Now that you're here, the complaints are gone. Yeah, how are things going?
Yeah, it's not bad. All right,
Yeah,
I'm hanging in there like everybody else.
yeah. Wow, it's been a while really. So me just saying I need to chat with you. I need to chat with you. I need to chat with you. So I'm glad that's happened now.
Um, my name's Mathew Phillip, Chief Executive of Carnival Village Trust, and also Notting Hill Carnival and the Tabernacle and the Art Centre.
Oh, okay. And when did you take over this big monster, Notting Hill?
Notting Hill in 2018, and I became the CEO of the trust in April of last year.
And has there been any change? Because in the past it's always been like a lot of politics, a lot of this and that.
It's important to remember that, my team, we don't run Carnival. We're part of a much bigger machine, which is the Carnival community, and we try. We make our best endeavours to communicate with them, give them information, and also listen to what they're saying.
You know what, Matthew? I've known you when you were a very, very young person, and
Yeah.
I can't find this video, but there's a video of you playing Ben Laden, Ben Boo, Boo, whatever, with was it Booksy, who was
Yeah,
conducting
Booksy
the
Sharp.
steel band? Yeah. Now, I want to find out something about the young people. Matthew, if you were young like how we were before, and you met somebody like Matthew, who runs this big carnival, who also runs the steel band, who's also a parent and so on, what would you advise them?
Well, for me, behind it's I love Carnival, and then anybody that loves Carnival, and it's something that's within them, and I think there are a lot. I do speak to younger people within Carnival, and I think the future is very bright as long as we can continue to work with them, and they maintain their interest in Carnival. Carnival's going to have a good future, but we've got to do a lot more work to help make it easier for them.
True, yeah.
And also be there to support in later years. Thank you for having me, Pax.
Now, welcome back to the program. And this time we are going to go completely different. We are going to present a gentleman who at the moment is like the king of costume making in UK. He's a well-known, people say wire bender, but he's got a more technical name than that. That person is the person who actually has only a few designers left in UK now from the old school. And this gentleman, I've worked with him for years and I respect him so much. I respect his work, and a lot of people respect his work. That gentleman is Gabriel, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing, sir?
Yes, yes, sir. I'm fine.
Yeah?
I'm fine. How are you?
Well, I can't complain, surviving. That's the word. Survival is the word at the moment. Otherwise, anything else you end up being stressed.
What's this project you're on now?
Well, we're doing this Junkanew project, which is trying to encourage people to use recycled material, but also try to encourage people not to pollute the world. So if anybody who uses non-motorized things rather than these heavy, gassy generator things, they become Junkanew. Any artist who works with stuff that's recycled and so on, they become Junkanew. So people who work with wire, cardboard and so on, they become Junkanew. So you are the biggest Junkanew person I know. So we're going to talk to you about your work, sir. And at the moment, I just said, what you do is called wire bending, and I want you to correct me.
Well, I'm a trained sheet metal worker, and for this carnival activities, I use traditional wire, mild steel wire. And they say, why I don't really bend the wire? I shape the wire, I form the wire. So it's all about shapes and forms. the only time I bend is if I'm doing a 95-degree or over that. You know,
Right.
but most of it is shaping and forming and fabricating with wire.
Okay. So, I mean, where did you learn this tradition? Because I've figured I've known you for years. And when you had your band, what was the name of your band again?
Misty.
Misty.
Misty
Yes.
was the name of the band.
Yeah. So those days when you had
Well,
Misty.
Right, you see, where I learned this skill. Well, as I say, I'm a engineer, and what by carnival bands and carnival technicians, I felt I could have contributed something, and I just felt I had the ability to create sculptures and the sort of stuff that I do. I didn't really go anywhere to learn that.
You didn't go anywhere?
I didn't go anywhere to learn that. No. That's just me waking up one day and thinking, oh, I could do that, and having a go.
Why is it that I can't believe you?
Well, because I'm so good.
I can't believe you, Mr. Gabriel. I do
so
know
good,
that.
That's why.
I do know that you did study. I said I was going to say to you, I do know that you studied photography, and then you did quite a lot of photography, because I knew most of your work was more to do with you as a photographer. But this element you are doing now, this technical engineer and so on, I really do not believe that you just woke up one day and you started doing wire bending.
Well, that's my hidden talent, you know. That's so when you guys come to challenge me, you know, I can pull that out the bag, you know, because you know in this fraternity everybody feel like they're master carnival designer, master carnival, you know, and I just decided that I'm going to throw my hat in the ring. I'm going to be using the most basic material. So as you see, most of my stuff is done using recycled paper, bamboo cane, and wire, and then finishing it by hand painting it. And I keep it all that way. There's no sort of modern material, none of your plastic and your foam and stuff like that. Nah, that's not me.
But has it always been your aim to work like that? Or you were forced
it
because
has always
the environment?
Been my aim.
Sorry?
It has always been my aim to keep it very, very traditional, keep it basic. Yeah. Really show the audience, my audience, that, you know, beautiful sculptures, art can be produced using basic material, things that people doesn't even consider. I mean, things like dry leaves and bits of old cardboard and newspaper, discarded newspaper and stuff like that.
Okay, well, I mean, that is obvious in your work anyway. I would like to, if you don't mind, I would use this opportunity really to also pay tribute to Lynette, because the Metro did this feature on you. And you guys always work together all the time. And the Metro did an article on you. I don't know if you've seen this article.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, well, obviously, I started off, as I say, using that wire and stuff. Then, it's funny enough, I met Lynn. I met Lynn once I got into this sort of carnival fraternity proper. And then Lynn brought another dimension to the work. I would do all the technical stuff, all the wire bending, as you call it, and the structure. And then Lynn will come on board and finish it off. She would do all the covering with the fabric, again, natural fabric, so 100% cotton, stuff like that. And raffia, you know, that's what Lynn they do.
That's it. Remember, every time really that I could tell your work and any work that's got Lynn in it. Like this lion here, definitely I wouldn't say that's Carl Gabriel. I would say that's Lynette.
That's definitely Lynn's. That's definitely Lynn's work.
Yeah, and then yours is crazy. Lynn's your work is.
I did the wire structure to make like a, because we were school and they wanted, you know, multiple sort of lion heads. And so I did the wire structure, and then Lynn did the papier mâché and the rest of it. She painted it and put the furs and everything on.
Is this the one that we ended? Is this the one that we ended up having at the Carnival Center in Luton?
Yes.
Anyway, for those of you who remember Lynette, we're actually playing tribute to her. And those who don't know, Lynette was like really the other half of Cow Gabriel. And I've always known them to be together all the time. And they made quite amazing work. Look at that. That's you like 600 years ago.
Look at what?
600 years ago, you look like a young, happy man. Look at that. Now you look like this. You see, now you look like this very rich young man.
I say I'm looking rich because of all the pennant.
Anyway,
all the
listen.
that you bring to me.
Yeah. So listen, this video here, I always remember this video because it just shows what sort of person you are, because you're always a gentleman. I come and harass you when you're in the middle of a deadline, but it's too sort of like you're calm. This one here makes me laugh because it's the same thing. You are trying to do something and the guy's insisting on chatting to you.
No,
listen to that.
That's the real thing. That's the birth of the party.
How you make that?
Paper, cloth, and all kind of nice things.
But what gave you the concept to make the pan like this?
Well, listen.
Because this is a tenor pan, isn't it?
I'm from the old school, right? I believe in keeping the culture alive. And I designed this for the old pan man.
One love.
You know?
Play a good man.
Nice.
All right.
What a gentleman. You are always a gentleman.
Yeah.
What did you use for making this one? It looks like you used cotton.
That is just wire. That is just wire. Galvanized wire. And
where does it look?
There's no welding in that. It's all hand done.
Wow.
I use mild steel wire, galvanized straight wire, and then I use chicken wire, and it's layered. I go about to obtain that sort of like weave look. Yeah. Masterpiece, man. That's
is this one that was at VNA, or this is something else?
Yeah. That was at VNA as well. National Museum of England.
How much of your work is in there?
And I did one at the Science Museum as well.
Is this to do with the environment?
All my stuff is about the environment. Everything it's like focusing on the earth and natural materials and stuff. Everything. It's the foundation is all about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That piece was done. I did this sculpture. Then the kids at school in Brixton, they did all the coloring and the painting and the design.
Anyway, listen, Cow, because of all the technical problem we've got here, you've managed to demonstrate the stuff that I want about being the environment and so on. What would be your advice to them? Somebody who sees your work and say, I want to do that. What would you advise them?
Well, I think everybody has certain ability, right? And if a young designer decide they want to get into carnival, do something different, be different. Don't follow everybody. Not because everybody is using feathers and glitter, you feel to get to be seen, you need to be using those materials. Think outside the box. Think different. Bring something new to the party, as we say, and be at the. As you notice, I've never followed anybody. They all for. And now I'm working on another big project for National Trust house and gardens up in Yorkshire. I've got quite a lot of work to do for them. Plus, I'm doing stuff for colleges and things like that. So I'm quite busy. I'm not free to go around the country as before, but apart from that, I'm quite busy. I'm working.
A lot of people watching would be very interested in what you are going to say and so on. So, and I know some of them actually follow you already anyway on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and all that. So you, I'm glad that everything's going for you. There's no stoppage. So thank you very much,
Anybody
boss.
want to see more of the work? Well, if anybody wants to see the work, they could go on Google. They can Google me, Carl Gabriel, artist, or Carl and Lynn, artist, and you'll see a lot more of my work and some of the clients that I've worked